go. Live. We're on the air. What is going on out there? Hi, everybody. It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to my show here for Friday, January the 11th, 2019. The end of the week. Unbelievable. How you guys doing out there today? I am well and busy today. Really busy today. Lots going on here. And staying on top of several developments happening at the same time. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having good weather out there, although I have a feeling, from what I understand, there's going to be some not so nice weather between Denver and New York, like all the way across and up. It's just going to be, in some spots, not too pleasant. Some of you folks are going to tell me all about it. Let me know what your weather is actually going to be like. Anyway, welcome here to the channel, Traveling with Bruce. I want to say hi to a number of new subscribers, of course. Thank you for joining this channel the last week. Wow, another great week of new subscribers coming onto the show, onto the channel. It's incredible. I went off the air yesterday, 8,934 subscribers. Now we're at 8,974. So, you know, another 40 right there since last night, and they're just coming in. We're probably going to hit 9,000 maybe tonight sometime. So, wow, that's just what can I say? I'm thrilled to death about it. I'm so happy and grateful. Thank you for joining this channel. Those of you who have been coming in here lately, I was looking up some analytical reports this morning. I was kind of reviewing my channel over the last 3 or 4 months or so, and in September, when I looked at around September the 10th or 12th or something like that, about 4 months ago, October, November, December, yeah, 4 months ago, that's right. There were 2,500 subscribers, something like that at the time. Now there are almost 9,000. So. Oh, what an explosion of subscribers and the views. This channel was around 450,000 views, complete total number of views that the channel had in September. Today, we're at like 1.85 million. We're approaching 2 million views for this channel probably in the next 2 weeks, like within a week or 2 weeks, about 10 days or so from now. I wouldn't be surprised if we break 2 million views on Traveling with Bruce. Unbelievable. A year ago, January the 11th, 2018, I think we were at about 225, 230 subscribers. Now at almost 9,000, and the views at the time, I'm having a tough time actually remembering it. It was maybe 100. If it was 100,000, 150,000, it was just, you know, early days. I mean, the channel only got started August 2017, but wow, what a year, what a 4 months, and what a week. It just keeps coming. I welcome you all. If you're here for the first time watching me live today or watching me on a rerun, first of all, I want to welcome you to the channel and to the show. But also, if you're live, let me know where are you watching me from. I love it if you're my first timers. I love it when first timers sign in and say first time watching. I'm in the USA. You know, Pittsburgh, PA. Tell us what's your high temperature today. What's the price of gas in your neighborhood? And also, if you don't mind, tell me who was advertising on the channel before you saw me on there today. Was there an ad on there on your computer before you saw my show? Or if you've been watching any of my videos lately, have you noticed different advertisers advertising? I'd love to know who these are. I'm getting a great number of reports from viewers already telling me, oh yeah, so-and-so's advertising, so-and-so's advertising. This is fantastic. I need that intelligence to find out what kind of advertisers my channel is attracting interest from. Quite curious to know. It helps in the down the road as this channel seeks to become you know, quasi-sponsored or whatever to help with income. Anyway, I kind of need to know who's interested in advertising. I have a pretty good idea who should be advertising on this channel, but we'll see what happens. So please sign in, say hi, tell me where you're watching me from, and the gang here that's watching will say hi to you. Thank you. I noticed Jim Thomas is here today. I've been waiting for Jim all week to come back. Jim, how are you, buddy? I see you're here. Jim is in Northern California. He all last summer was surrounded by forest fires, and then witnessed the unbelievable catastrophic fires a few months back in California. Jim, I just wanted to give you a special shout out. I received, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember what day it was, after I went off the air. I was looking up messages and stuff, and I noticed that you had sent a donation to my channel, and I didn't notice it during the show. You had done a PayPal donation to my channel, and I wanted to thank you for that. The next day I was waiting. I didn't see you. The next day I was waiting. I didn't see you, but I got your name here, so you're watching, or hopefully you're still watching right now. And thank you for your contribution to the channel. I know it's not the first time you've done it, and I appreciate it very much. Any of you out there who contribute to this channel in any way, I can't thank you enough. I am a full-time YouTuber. This is my day job, 7-day-a-week job, and the advertising, it helps. It's growing bit by bit, but right now the advertising rates on YouTube are very low because Christmas is over. And so the cost for advertisers to actually advertise is down by about half the cost as it was 4 weeks ago. And so the advertising dough coming in for all YouTubers is just really low. So, of course, those of us who are full-timers, we work as hard as we can to raise our view rates and try to put out a bunch of content that hopefully will catch your eye and interest you, and will offset the one versus the other. But the ad rates will rise, come back to Super Bowl time in mid-February, and then March Madness. Apparently, for whatever reason, advertisers are advertising like crazy in March Madness. I don't know how my channel is relevant for that. I'm just a guy talking about cruise ships, so I'm not sure. But you never question YouTube. You just let them do what they do and kind of go from there. So thank you one and all for all your support. There are folks, somebody bought a t-shirt yesterday from my site. I got an email last night. Someone picked up no, 2 nights ago, someone picked up a TWB t-shirt. I don't know which one it was. It wasn't this logo. It was another logo. And whoever that was, thank you very much. And also, people are occasionally visiting my Amazon affiliate link, which is down below in the description, just down below this picture here. And thank you, any of you out there, if you're looking to buy something on Amazon, whether it's a $5 item, a $10 item, a $500 item, doesn't matter what it is, whatever you're buying for work or home, thank you for using my affiliate link to get you to Amazon. Because once you go through my affiliate link and head to Amazon's homepage there, shop on Amazon, I get a royalty for anything you acquire, because that's what Amazon does for people who bring business or bring traffic to their website. So thank you one and all for doing that. If there's any of you out there who are working for a company that does a lot of buying on Amazon, hey, if there's a way you can use my affiliate link for that would be great. That would be fantastic. Thank you one and all for looking out for me on that. All right, I did a video about 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. I posted yet another update on the Oasis of the Seas. That's my lead story today, again on this show. The Oasis of the Seas and the number of passengers getting ill on board the ship. It is getting serious. Yesterday, I did a video telling you folks about the fact that 367 people had caught the norovirus bug. Now it's almost 500 people. Another 100 and something have fallen ill, and the number keeps rising. The ship right now, as we are speaking here, is working her way back to home port, which is Port Canaveral. She will pull into Port Canaveral tomorrow morning. I'm wondering, like, I was wondering about it for a while, and maybe some of you were wondering about it. Why is it taking so long to get the ship back to Port Canaveral when they announced yesterday that they were, not even going to Cozumel? They were on their way from Jamaica to Cozumel. And they decided, a third of the way there, half the way there, that they would go. Why would it take so long? Well, it is a one-day sail, but something tells me the reason is that Port Canaveral's facilities are being used by other cruise ships that are on a regular turnaround. And in the particular case of Royal Caribbean has a terminal building in Port Canaveral, and I think it is being used by another ship of theirs today. And maybe that's the reasoning. I don't have it for sure, but the ship is on her way there. She'll be there tomorrow morning, very early, and I guess passengers will be able to disembark the ship probably after 8 in the morning and go from there. Now, the latest news is that the cruise line has not only given all passengers, whether they're ill or not ill, everyone has been given a full refund for this cruise. This is a no-charge trip, you know, as unfun as it was up until, it was okay for the first couple of days, but not so much fun since. Excuse me. But everyone's been given a full refund for the cruise. But also, Royal Caribbean is assisting passengers that are not driving home from the port. There's a lot of folks who drove their car to the port. They're just getting their car and they'll go home. But those folks who have to fly home, there are people who are planning on flying home Sunday and some on Monday. And the ship returns, instead of returning on Sunday, it's returning on Saturday. So a $200 credit is being given to all passengers on their credit card that's on the account. And this is on a per person basis. So this will assist in any change fees for airlines if they're going to try and do that, or it'll pay for a hotel and some meals to wait the day until the next day when they fly out, or it'll assist in 2 days hotels, because if you have a husband and a wife, you've got $400 to use to stay in a hotel for a couple of nights and meals until you fly out maybe on Monday, that type of thing. So Royal Caribbean has been stepping up to help out. I don't know what exactly will happen when the ship lands at the pier. When it gets to the dock itself, I'm not sure if there are CDC people coming on board or other medical staff, or I have no idea. The doctors on board the ship are monitoring everyone's health. And if there's anyone in real serious trouble, there'll be ambulances at the dock to assist to transport people to hospital or whatever needs to be done. We'll have to wait and see. I'll do my best to report to you what I hear and what I know when I hear it and know it. But don't be surprised if 20 media outlets will be there. There'll be television crews. You can count on it because this story is being picked up everywhere. It's on CNN. It's in the New York Times. It's in the Washington Post. It's everywhere on big media, not just local media. It's being picked up. And as this number rises, by tomorrow morning, there could be another 100 or 200 sick people on the ship. I don't know. Could it be 600, 700? Don't know. So I'll keep updating you as much as I can, as far as I can go, and then from there I have to just let the story move on its way. But anyway, yeah, that's the third video I've done in 3 days about the Oasis of the Seas. Unbelievable. Now, I was going to ask you guys this question. I don't like to use this word on my air, but I'm kind of forced to do it. The word is it's an expression. Okay, it's not a word. The Trump shutdown. The Trump shutdown that is on right now with 800,000 federal workers who are either not working because they've been told not to come in, or are working but can't be paid because they're not allowed to. Government can't write checks right now. The Trump shutdown. The question I have is, will it affect, what's the effect of that on travel? Now, I keep seeing stories on MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News and others where they say, the officials of the government say, oh, no problem. All airports are operating normally. Security is fine. The TSA is fully staffed. Homeland Security is running well. The borders are good. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I haven't seen news crews at airports talking to passengers who've been waiting 5 hours to get on a plane. So that's good news. I haven't heard those stories. I have heard stories, though, and maybe you have too, about a lot of workers for the federal government are just not coming in. They're reporting they're ill. They're called, I'm sick today. I can't come to work. And they're obviously, some of them are hoping to be paid by being ill, or they're using their sick days to get paid, even though they're not getting paid, but they're earning credits towards their paycheck by not coming in. Now, are some of these workers Uber drivers on the side making cash money? Are they bartenders on the side? Are they dishwashers somewhere on the side? Like, I don't know. So I'm wondering about that. Number one. The number two thing is forgetting about the travel side. I was thinking about the other thing. I did hear a story the other day about the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. I had heard that, or read or somewhere, that routine inspections of food products are not being conducted, or only like 80% of routine inspections are not being conducted. It's a high number. And I wonder about that. I'm wondering about the safety of food going out to the public as a whole, but also in particular, coming back to what I talk about, which is cruise ship vacations. The food that's being loaded onto cruise ships in Miami and in Port Canaveral and Port Everglades, Tampa, USA ports. All kinds of food being loaded up on cruise ships. Has that been inspected? Is that subject to, an issue? There was an issue in the last month or so with romaine lettuce with regard to salmonella. That was a major, major problem, and it was a nationwide, call out to action for food companies with regard to this particular product. It was, deemed potentially dangerous. I don't know if you've heard, but here in Canada, Canada has not allowed eggs from the USA or poultry into Canada for like 2 months. Jennifer and I, at least 2 months ago, we're at a Costco, our favorite Costco in Coeur d'Alene. We were coming back here to Creston, looking to bring back a number of items, one of which was a couple of dozen eggs from Costco because the price is so good. They wouldn't let us bring the eggs in. We had to either throw them away at the border right there, or they let us drive back to the U.S., just 200 yards over here, and give them away to somebody over there. And we ended up driving back to the U.S. border station, and the U.S. border guard saying, "How long are you in for? Where are you headed?" I said, "Well, we're here for like a minute." He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, we've just been told by our buddies back in Canada that we can't bring these eggs into your country, into our own country." And he says, "Oh, yeah, there's been a whole bunch of you guys having to do that all week long, apparently," because we didn't know a thing about it. So I said, "Well, we have 2 dozen eggs." He said, "Well, we'll take them. We give them all the stuff you guys give us here at this station. We give it to the homeless shelter for folks living in Bonners Ferry, which is just 20 miles south of here. So yeah, we'll take your eggs and we'll hand them off. Do you have any frozen chicken or anything else?" I said, "No, we don't have any other items," because apparently folks were coming back from the States with these you can buy these packages of whole chickens, 3 to a pack for like a super cheap price. All that had to be given up too. So thankfully we didn't have any of that. So we had to give up our eggs. So anyway, I'm wondering about the safety of food products going onto cruise ships at U.S. ports because it's not being inspected. If it's not being, I'm not worried about inspecting it at the dock. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about it being inspected where it comes from. So the chicken wholesalers, the beef producers, the meat companies, the Tysons of the world, and these mega meat plant corporations that just dominate the U.S. food chain. I'm wondering about all of these products. It's now been almost 3 weeks. The cutbacks are in place and getting worse. What's going to happen? Are we going to start noticing news stories about a number of passengers on a number of ships falling ill due to unknown circumstances? I don't want to cause panic or anything. I'm just trying to be, there are consequences to government shutdowns that are not necessarily front page news, and this is one of them. The other one is, like I said, TSA and Homeland Security people. Other stories I'm hearing about, and you probably are hearing about them as well, in the States in particular, my friends in the USA, you're definitely hearing about these. There are stories of prison guards not showing up at work because they're not getting paid, so they're just calling in sick. They're not going to work for free. They're broke. They live paycheck to paycheck, these guys. We're talking about $14, $16, $18, $20 an hour people here. We're not talking about $200,000, high paid professionals here. We're talking about a lot of folks who don't make a lot of money and need each paycheck. And there are folks out there scrambling to get part-time work or any kind of work to make ends meet right now until this darn shutdown is over. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that? A couple more pieces of news, and then I'll turn it over to you. Miami, word out of Miami today. The Port of Miami has signed a letter of intent with MSC Cruises, where MSC is going to build two brand new terminals for their cruise line. Remember, MSC not only operates cruise ships similar to the ships that Norwegian has and Carnival and Holland America, they also are building out 5 brand new ships, one after the other. Each ship will hold 1,000 passengers for their 6-star division. They are building a 6-star cruise line. They will likely end up with 15 to 20 of those ships, and they will have a separate terminal for those passengers because it'll get to the point in Miami anyway. MSC will likely, not surprise me, they will likely have 2 ships a day coming in and out of port in Miami in the next couple of years. And they're thinking ahead here, the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. They want 2 terminals to handle their business for their own in-house staff. So yeah, this shows the world, of course, the #1 cruise port in the world, which is Miami, will remain #1 with this kind of addition of 2 more additional terminals. We already know that Virgin Voyager has already announced the build out of their terminal. They're going to be building it. They're building a terminal there in Miami. And Carnival, not Carnival, but Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are I think Royal Caribbean's already built their brand new terminal. Norwegian is in the middle of their build out as well. So lots happening in the Port of Miami. Hundreds of millions of dollars being spent on terminal facilities because of the billions of dollars of cruise ships coming in and out of that port already, and we'll expect it to be, even more going forward. So that was a bit of news. And then the last piece of news today, just a little update story. I don't have very much here, but I did a video also yesterday about a 22-year-old college student who was on a holiday on the Carnival Triumph with his I think his mom and dad and maybe sister. The family was on a Mexican or Caribbean Mexican cruise on the Carnival Triumph. He became ill on the 3rd day or 2nd day of the cruise. He all of a sudden woke up with severe abdominal pain, and he got checked out by the doctor on the ship, and quickly it was determined, didn't take much figuring it out, he was having an appendicitis attack, and the doctor said, we got to get you to a hospital right away. You need to have your appendix removed before it bursts. And he had no signs of trouble before. Unfortunately, didn't have insurance, but the ship happened to be moving along towards the Mexican coast, and it was very close to Cancun. And the ship's doctor notified the captain of what they were sitting on, what the situation was. The captain made calls to the Mexican authorities, or had someone do it for him, and found out that there was a Navy cutter right nearby this particular cruise ship. So they arranged a rendezvous, and the patient, along with his mom, were evacuated off the ship onto the cutter at sea, and the cutter headed right into Cancun, Mexico, where an ambulance was already on standby waiting. And the patient was already pre-admitted to a private hospital in Mexico. The story went on that they got there and they had all kinds of issues. The hospital, because they didn't have insurance, the hospital insisted on, first they insisted on at least $3,000 of a deposit to get things started. Then they wanted a $25,000 deposit, and they wanted that secured. They weren't just interested in someone writing a check. They wanted the cash. They wanted proof that the money was in-house. Family couldn't do this. It was at 2 a.m. They couldn't provide that kind of assurance, and so the hospital basically, just to cut it short, they kicked him out, and they literally were taken in an ambulance to the General Hospital in Cancun, which is kind of like the third world images of hospitals that we've seen before, where there are sick and dying people in hallways waiting to be treated, and here's this young guy in a wheelchair, doubled over in pain, in a hospital gown, and no one was looking after him. An hour and a half later, the mother got lucky. She ended up talking to a young man who worked in that hospital as an orderly, and he also operated an ambulance, and he recognized right away, "You're an American? Oh yeah, I can get you out of here." And they grabbed that young man in the wheelchair. They got him on in an ambulance. They took him to another private hospital that immediately took them in, and with a $6,000 deposit, which the family could come up with, they immediately treated him. He was on the operating table within hours, and his life was spared. Story now goes that he's recovering. He will be discharged. He might be discharged today, maybe today or tomorrow from the hospital. The question is whether he'll stay much longer in Mexico. The family is arranging or trying to arrange to get him back to the U.S. for any last treatment he needs, and they want to get him on a commercial flight. The doctors have told him that he needs to lie flat as possible for recovery. He can't be in a sitting up position in a wheelchair or a passenger seat of an airplane. So they need to get him into something close to a first class or business class type seat to the USA. The trick of it is, of course, what airline can you take from Cancun to the US that will offer that level of service? It might be American, it might be United, it might be Delta. The family, I'm sure, has been scrambling to get a one-way ticket for him and have his mother accompany him to do this. And we'll see. Now, the story, further to the story, I found out that the mom is a nurse in Arkansas, and she does have insurance which covers her family members of a medical kind, which is enhanced, but we don't yet know whether or not the family will be able to get reimbursed for any of these expenses through the mother's employer's insurance company. I'm leaning towards unlikely, but you never know. If she's part of a nurses union and they've got enhanced coverage that might include travel insurance, maybe there's a clause in there. I do not know. I'll try and stay on top of the story and just keep you folks posted. If I can get enough information on a follow-up on that story, I'll post a new video to kind of close that chapter. But at the moment, that's all I'm hearing at this point, and it's just another indication as to why those of us out there who are traveling to, a third world country or to a country other than your own, you may want to have serious coverage for travel and medical insurance. And I would recommend folks, as I've recommended before, contact your local insurance provider that you use now for your car or for your home or for your life insurance. These are the people you want to be talking to about having permanent, full annual travel insurance, especially if you take a cruise holiday once a year or twice a year, or if you take a cruise holiday and then you fly to Europe once in a while, or you're taking a holiday to even to Hawaii. You're taking a flight somewhere for holiday purposes. You want to have this insurance in your back pocket and make sure you are covered for more than just a paltry amount of money. Do not fall for the policy that only gives you $5,000 or $10,000 of coverage, and then you're on your own, because that $5,000 or $10,000 is gone in a heartbeat. You might be in for a $50,000, $100,000 bill, depending on where you need help. You've got to have serious coverage. It'll cost you, but if you're buying it on an annual basis and you're buying it through an existing agent that you're using now, and you're adding it as an additional policy to something you're carrying already, like a car or a home or life insurance, you are likely entitled to some discounts for the volume business you're giving this insurance agent. So shop around, make some calls, be aggressive, because it is your life you're talking about. And it's your financial future that could be in peril. Okay, there you go. All this happy news that I am bringing you today. The bearer of happy tidings. I'm sorry to say, but the Oasis of the Seas, the Trump shutdown, the 22-year-old, what can I tell you? The only happy news, I guess, is Miami's port, but, whoopee, terminal being built by MSC, a couple terminals. I mean, it's good news, but I don't call it uplifting. But there you have it. There is the latest. So let me zoom in a little bit. Let's see who's here. Say hi to me if you like, and And if you have any questions, fire away. Let's see who's going on here. Jim Thomas, like I said, is here. He was the first one in. Hey, Bruce and all, it's 58 here today. No rain yet in Northern California. Jim, thank you for joining me, and thank you again for your contribution to my channel. Really appreciate it. Sebastian Shore is here. Kelly Haston is saying hi to everybody in the TW family. Tom Henry is here. He's saying hi to everybody. How are you feeling today, Sebastian? Sebastian is saying I'm so-so. Tom Henry tells me it's 39 Fahrenheit in Richmond, Virginia right now. Tom Henry, hope you feel better soon, Sebastian. Sebastian, 5 Celsius where I am, he says. Thank you. Tom Henry, where are you? I thought you were in North or South Carolina. And he says, I'm watching the construction in my neighborhood right now, North Carolina. Tom Henry, the 5 see through me since US doesn't usually say Celsius. Sebastian, my phone is still on Celsius after my trip to Europe. Tom, well, I see you all. I will see you all shortly. He says, I'm leaving the office to drive home. Bruce needs to remind me at 5 p.m. to stop at the CVS for prescriptions, or I might forget. Go straight home. Tom, don't forget. There you go. Sebastian's laughing out loud. Tom Henry got it. I'll be listening on the radio. He says, Sebastian's going red. KK with me. Tom, Cat Rose, will do. Tom, Sebastian, I'm cold now. Brittany, hi, Bruce and all. It's 63 sunny here in Louisiana, where she is. Steve Stair is here. Hi, Bruce and Kelly. Brittany, it got down to the 30s last night in Louisiana. Yikes, that is getting cool down there. Let's see, it's in the 30s here. Sebastian was saying too. And Kirk Brunson, hi, Bruce. Kirk here from New York City. How you doing, buddy? Andrew Patman is here saying hi. Hello, Andrew. He's saying hi to Sebastian, and Sebastian is saying he's on in 6 more minutes. This is 6 minutes before I went on the air. Andrew, hi, Tom Henry, Sebastian is saying to Andrew, hey, what a day. Did you sub? Are you a subscriber? Yes, I am, he says. Sebastian, he's kind of like my bouncer at the door. He's kind of like making sure everybody coming in here is a subscriber to the channel. You don't have to be a subscriber to watch the show, either live or not, but I appreciate it. That's tremendous. Andrew says, I'm very comfortable here. Linda, Lou, hello, TWB family. This is Linda in Reno. I changed my screen name. Right on, Linda. Linda, Lindy, how do you pronounce it? Lindy Lou, I guess that's what it is. Welcome, my dear. Welcome back. Paul Wolgas, hello, Bruce and all. It's 42 here in Virginia. Sebastian's trying to talk to everybody. Sylvan Forrest is here. Hi, Bruce. It's 72 degrees in Delray Beach, Florida. I had a cigar outside after lunch, and Dad and I are enjoying a wee libation inside right now. Thumbs ups, everyone. Bruce, you have email. Oh, right on, sir. Did you happen to have you must have had a good meal last night because you were telling us how good that was. Did you have any leftovers, or did you finish it all off yesterday? Linda Lou, a little cooler today. Cloudy at 41. Andrew Patman, it's all good. Cat Rose, hey, Linda. Sebastian, let's see. Linda, gas is still the same here. $2.65 at Costco in Reno, Nevada. Sebastian, hi all. It's 5 o'clock. So, Sylvan Forrest, very nice shirt, Mr. Bruce. Very nice indeed. This is a great logo. I think this one is the Sextant that's traveling with Bruce here. Just a beautiful design. Love these shirts. Linda Lou saying hi, Kat. How you doing? Sebastian, say hi, new stuff. Andrew saying hi. Sebastian, I now AP. I don't know what that means. Robert Scott is here. Saw an advertisement for Yahoo Stream Live before I joined your live show. So Yahoo is advertising on my channel on YouTube. How about that? Isn't that something? Robert Scott ad. Oh, Cat Rose, my favorite shirt, Bruce. Carmen Santiago is saying hi. Cat Bruce, woot woot. Cat Rose saying woot woot. Andrew Patman, you are SS. You are not AP. I don't know what that means. Michelle Lucas is here. Hello from sunny Vegas in our big SRV. South America cruise was life-changing. 140 days until our back-to-back month cruise to Alaska. Fantastic, Michelle. That is awesome. Welcome back to the USA. Sebastian Shore, I know you ate there, AP. Cat Rose Bruce, please remind Tom Henry to go to CVS. Tom, go to CVS. Sebastian, I'm now not at AP. I don't know what he's talking about. Alan Carter, hi, 8 Celsius, plus 8 Celsius in Calgary. Gas at the Calgary Husky station, 97.9. So another 2 cents lower in Calgary for gas. That is Canadian money too, folks. So for a liter, that is about 70 US cents a liter ballpark. And you need 3.7 liters for a US gallon. So 210 and about $2.60 US a gallon in Calgary for gas. That is a really pretty good price for Calgary compared to what it was all summer long. In the summertime, it was about $4 a gallon. So this is a drop, a nice drop. Sebastian Shore, Tom, go to CVS. Sylvan, William Shatner was advertising Prego electric bicycles before your show. I want a Harley, a big one. Well, William Shatner's Canadian, and he's advertising on a Canadian's YouTube channel. How about that? Hey, I got Canadian royalty on my channel today. How about that? Fantastic, William Shatner. That's fabulous. Frank Christensen, I'm in Denmark. Frank, how you doing, bud? Welcome from Denmark. I'm glad you're here. Andrew Patman, I know you are there, says Andrew. Paul Wilgus, Michelle Lucas, it sounds like a great trip. I would love to do South America. Sebastian, I'm SS, not AP. Okay, Paul Wilgus got an ad for travel insurance today. Well, that's apropos. That's relevant. I think a travel insurance company should sponsor my channel. Don't you? I think Alliance should pick up the phone or contact me and say, hey, Bruce, we'd like to sponsor your channel because you give us a shout out to the folks who need us the most. It's a perfect marriage, don't you think? Like vacationstogo.com and like Coca-Cola, who provide me, well, they don't provide me, I pay for it, but with Traveling with Bruce, drinking his caffeine-free Diet Coke, not courtesy of the Coca-Cola company, made by the wonderful folks at Coca-Cola. Cheers to you all. Welcome to Friday afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. But yeah, I think Coca-Cola should sponsor me, and so Vacations to Go, travel insurance company, and every cruise line. What do you folks think of that? I think that's what should be going on. That's interesting, Paul. Thank you for letting me know. Linda Lou, Michelle Lucas, do you live in Vegas? She does not. Michelle Lucas used to live in a house in Paradise, California that got burnt down by the fires. And Michelle and Randy are now living in their big-ass RV and traveling a little bit, which I think is a great idea. And I say, guys, you take all the time you need to decide your next move. You could travel for a while right now between the trailer and friends and whatever. Just no worries. Fantastic. Sebastian is saying, I'm on Minecraft. Kelly Haston, we love Bruce. Thumbs ups for Bruce. Thank you, Kelly Haston. How many have I got? 23. I'm looking at the meter here. I see 23 thumbs ups for this channel so far today. And I thank each and every one of you who have given me a thumbs up. And I beg each and every one of you who haven't, please do give me a thumbs up today. That will help my analytics. Andrew Patman is smiling. Sebastian, smiley, I don't know what that means. Michelle, Linda Lou, we are RVing in Vegas. We lost our home in Paradise, California. Terrence Shaw advertising the cruise ship with the sails on the top. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting advertisement. That would be, what would that be? West Star, isn't it? Windstar. It's Windstar. They have the cruise ships with the sails, and they also have power cruise ships too. 6-star line. Sebastian Shore, laugh out loud not. Andrew Patman, Sebastian, Linda Lou. Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear, Michelle. I'm from Reno. Let's see here. Cat Rose, they need to guarantee it. Okay. Andrew Patman, IT fine, or I'm fine. Kelly Haston, yes, they do, Cat. Sebastian, I'm not sure what Sebastian's going on about. Cat Rose, hell with that. They need to be locked up. I have no idea what Cat is talking about. Kelly, I would like to do an Alaskan cruise. Andrew Patman, I did talk to Mrs. Coltrane. Peter Heckema, hi, Bruce and all. A cool 72 degrees in Tarpon Springs today. Back in the high 70s this weekend. Gas today, $1.87 a gallon in Florida. Got an ad today before signing in from American Cruise Lines. Right on. They are advertising heavily. Ed Tolleson, hello, Bruce and everyone. 31 for the high here in the Bronx today. Ed, how you doing, buddy? Cat Rose, with government partially shut down, this could be a really, really flippin' bad. Sylvan Forest, you can bet everything you own on that. On an army of CDC people will be at the red alert on the dock as the Oasis of the Seas docks. And Sylvan, I ask you, with the government shutdown, are those folks essential? Will they be there? Or are they not essential? Are they furloughed? I don't know. Interesting. Maurice is here in the house. Is the next cruise canceled? And what would they do for the ship next week? The next trip is not canceled. The ship gets in Saturday. The folks get off Saturday morning, An army of people are going on that ship to join the crew that are already there to disinfect everything. They are probably going to disinfect and shampoo the carpeting. They're going to do all the flooring. They're going to wash down the walls. They'll wash down the ceilings if they can. They're going into every cabin and hitting every surface they can with disinfectant type chemicals. They are really going to do a number on that ship. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, I can see 2,500 to 3,000 people on the ship, working the ship to get her disinfected all day Saturday and Sunday morning, up and down, below deck and above deck. I'm not talking just the passenger areas. I'm talking the whole ship. There's going to be some serious work done there. The kitchens will be heavily looked after, and I'm sure CDC inspectors, health inspectors will be on the ship looking at the kitchens, double checking everything there. Oh, it's going to be one hell of a job. But I'm told the Sunday departure is on. The next cruise is good to go. I haven't heard anything else, so we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be something. Andrew, Sebastian, are we still friends? And I talked to Mrs. Coltrane. I'm glad we good. This said, okay. Peter, I thought the Royal Caribbean went too far when they had to by refunding the cruise cost to all passengers on Oasis. Good for RCL. They went far. Oh, they went far beyond. I'm sorry, Peter. I'm having trouble reading today. They went far beyond what they had to do with the passengers on the Oasis of the Seas by refunding everybody. But I think this is a goodwill gesture that will pay off in the long run. I'm certain it's the right thing to do. I think cruise lines should go far and beyond doing what they need to do. Certain cruise lines out there are going well, not beyond what they should be doing. But Royal Caribbean has been stepping up on this one. I give them kudos. Cat Rose, baloney, she said. Cat Rose, Coast Guard people are being told to have a yard sale. It is ridiculous, isn't it? It is baloney. You're right. Sylvan, Section G of Miami Airport closed this morning because TSA people called in sick. Maybe all the TSA people could catch a double-barrel dose of norovirus, and Trump could build walls around the airports. Cat Rose, I wonder who patient zero was. Sebastian, yes, we're at AP. Peter, heck of a shutdown. It was what was that? Shutdown. It was out on the local news today about one terminal in Miami Airport was shut down today because TSA employees were calling in sick, so they were short of TSA officers. Right on. Pardon me one moment, folks. I just got to plug the pencil in here into the big-ass iPad, give it a bit of a charge. It's getting a little low. Sorry, folks. Okay. You know what I was thinking? Here's how you can end the shutdown. I think the TSA employees, the Homeland Security employees, I bet you this shutdown could be ended within 24, 48 hours. All they got to do is call a wildcat strike. That's all they got to do. Every TSA employee just call in sick, and you shut down every airport. You give the airlines 24 hours notice, 48 hours notice. We're off the job Monday morning at let's say Monday at noon. We're off the job across the country. That gives every international airline, every domestic airline the word that the airports will be shut down noon Monday when the TSA walks off the job. Just walk off the job. Trump and our friends, the Democratic Party and everybody else, they'll have that resolved in 12 hours. Because right now, who's pushing this guy? No one is pushing the president from the employees unions. No one. They're all showing up at work, working for free, or a high percentage of them. But if they all walked off the job with a 48-hour notice, it's resolved by such and such, we're out. I think it'll get resolved because now the gun is to the head. Because as soon as you stop, 100,000 people are in the skies over America at any time. As soon as you shut the whole thing down without clearances, it's all over. I think the pressure on the Congress, the Senate, Mitch McConnell, who's a do-nothing guy right now, will be so intense. That deal is done. It's done. And I'm not talking about only the TSA guys get paid. No. The TSA guys say the whole shutdown is over, and it's all over, and everyone gets paid, or we don't go back to work until it's done. and that's it. Just shut the skies down. I can tell you the trillions of dollars at stake for the airline business, the hotel business, the car rental business, business, travelers, voters. Remember, Lenny, registered voters. You remember Ghostbusters? Yeah, Lenny, you'll have saved the lives of millions of registered voters. Millions of registered voters will not be able to travel starting Monday at noon. Oh, the shutdown is over, and there'll never be another shutdown again. Because if the TSA got radical and said, anytime the government is considering a shutdown, we're going on strike within 24 hours. We're walking off the job. There'll never be another government shutdown again. The problem is American people, and I love Americans, I love all people. Canadians are just like Americans. We are afraid of our government. In France, the government is afraid of the people. And until that happens, this sort of stunt will be pulled again and again and again. And one side will try to blame the other side that they did it, until the people say, enough's enough. Nothing works until you guys get your act together, because who's paying the bill? The American taxpayer. I'm pointing at myself. The American taxpayer is paying the bill when it comes down to the end day. All the debt the America has, American taxpayers are on the hook for it. All the shutdowns, all the inconveniences, the American taxpayer is paying for it. When will Americans stand up and say, that's it, we've had it? But it has to be one group that has the power to do it. The TSA unions or Homeland Security, they can do it. The border, the guys at the border, the customs officers, shut down the borders. Just shut them down. No trucks coming in, no trucks going out, no passengers coming in. Just shut them down. Trump and the Democrats will cut a deal just like that. But right now, the shenanigans are allowed to continue. And I've probably just lost 50 subscribers. What can I say? It happens. Maurice, what are the symptoms for norovirus? Oh, tummy. You're running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. You're throwing up. You can't eat. You can't keep food down. You can't keep food in. It is leakage everywhere. Leakage, bad leakage. It's not good. And you are now a cesspool of infection, because you go to the bathroom and handle that, and you come up, you touch anything, you're infecting anything. You've got to have showers multiple times a day to fight this problem. It's not good. Sorry, Andrew. Okay, I'm sorry to Monday. Can we sit together? Andrew, I don't know who you're talking to. Are you talking to Sebastian? I have no idea what's going on with this conversation. I welcome you to the chat, but I have no idea what's going on. Can we just watch the show? Sebastian's saying, I think it's between Sebastian and Andrew. I think you guys need to talk to each other off the air, maybe Facebook each other or something like that. But you know, what can I say? Brittany, I'm so happy that the eggs didn't go to waste. Me too, but I'm, you know, it's PO'd about giving them away for nothing. I got nothing for it. I didn't even get a tax deduction. Of course, being Canadian, I can't get one from the USA. Nurse Nancy, hi there all. It's 20s here in Wisconsin. It was a nice sunny day here. Gas prices up over $2 now, $2.05 a gallon, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, it's still pretty good. Rick Oswald is here. Rick, how you doing? $2.50 in Arizona, he's saying, for gas. Linda Lou, hi Nurse Nancy. Brittany Lockwood, I think a lot of people are realizing the mistake made by voting for Trump. Paul, TSA agents are calling in sick and taking side jobs to make money. You write about the FDA. The CDC working staff has been cut. Agnes, New Jersey, hi TWB family. Star Trek movie there was a pre-video ad. Gas 208, windy again and cold. So there was a Star Trek video, a Star Trek movie ad before my show today. That's great. That's fantastic. Thank you for letting me know, Agnes. Paul Lucas, I read where TSA agents at different ports are calling in sick, as are air traffic controllers. I tell you right now, those two unions, they can make this shutdown end in 12 hours. Just threaten a walkout. Just threaten it. Don't even have to do it, because it'll never happen. They'll announce it for Monday at noon, and by tonight, it's all over. That's my guess. I could be wrong. Maybe he's so dumb that he'll let it happen. I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think they do it. Andrew, never mind. Let me continue on. Nurse Nancy, hi there. Linda Lou, Sebastian, never mind. And Vivian, evening all, it's a bit late. Welcome, Vivian from the UK. Andrew says, I can sit with you on Monday. Now, I don't know what's going on. Nurse Nancy, hi there, Vivian. Brittany, if I could, I would impeach Trump and give him maybe 15 seconds to be off the White House property. Same thing goes for his family, or they'll be arrested for trespassing. Brittany, you gotta let us know what you think. Stop holding back, okay? But we really shouldn't be talking politics today, but sometimes you can't help it. Danny Hawkins, appreciate your information. Danny, thank you for doing that. Nathan, Boat Review Channel, hi guys. Brittany, I would hire a company to move all their belongings and have their junk dumped into the ocean. Nurse Nancy, I'd love to keep the focus on cruising, not politics. Everyone has opinions on politics and religion. Exactly right, Nurse Nancy. Pat Rose, but if Trump gets booted, we need to also get pants. yeah, that's right. Guess who's next? Jennifer, Palmyra, Virginia. It's 41 degrees. Jennifer, welcome to my show. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. Linda Lou, I agree, Nurse Nancy. Paul Wilgus, Nurse Nancy. Bruce asked how the shutdown is affecting travel. Cat Rose, quarantine for that ship until virus runs its course. That would make all 9,000 vulnerable in a limited space to get very, very ill, and we got to disperse these people and get them to real full-size accommodations. We've got to get them treated, and they've got to get away from each other so they don't get ill from each other. Oh my gosh! But there is medication available for people. They just need to be treated, and time will heal all. But oh my gosh! What else we got here? Brittany agreed. Cat Rose, Sebastian, I won't sit with JP and BD. Brittany, I have never been for that bully. I don't like that bully. Vivian, hello, Nancy. Mark Van Ram, another example of always buying trip insurance. Mark, you are right. Mark, you've got it. Andrew, okay with that Tuesday. Vivian, what's on Tuesday? Never mind, Vivian, doesn't matter. Cool Jazz, did that family get the passports also? Yes, they got emergency passports. They called their congressman's office for help, and he stepped up and helped them out. They've got emergency passports to get out. Let's see here. Cat Rose, I do not have life, home, or auto. Do not drive, own a home, life insurance. Nope. Cat, it's okay. You can always get travel insurance from an insurance agent on your own as its own separate policy if you ever needed one like that. So or you can go through a travel agent or go through the cruise line, but it's just more expensive on a per day basis to do it that way. If you go with an annual policy, if you travel enough, an annual policy might be affordable. Debbie Moser, amazing story, Bruce. Been praying for the boy and his family. Thanks for following up and keeping us updated. Debbie, I do what I can. Randy Kelly, hi from Trinidad. 84 degrees today. Randy Kelly, how you doing from Trinidad? I love Trinidad. Love Trinidadians. Is that the right word? Trinidadians. I love Tobagans. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. I'm jealous of your 84-degree day. Curtis Lee, cold 65 in Orlando. Laugh out loud. Cat Rose, cool 65 isn't cold. Debbie Sample, hi from Snowbelt in Corey, PA. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? Welcome to the show as well. Curtis Lee, for me, it is laugh out loud. Sebastian, I can't read that. Paul Wolga, 65. It's cold for Orlando, but I would take it. Mark Van Ram, 37 here in Hampton, Virginia. Curtis Lee, anything under 70 is cold for me. Nurse Nancy, welcome back. Lucas family. Mark Van Ram, just showing this message here. Insurance for my trip.com, or I've used Alliance for all my cruises. I just paid $1.88 for gas at BJ's. That's a good deal. Vivian, I have a Harley-based mobility scooter like the Harley Trike. Right on. Maurice, Bruce, do you watch a show called Manifest? I don't have time to watch a lot of TV. Haven't watched Manifest. Let's see, Maurice, what would you do if you were on a plane and it landed 5 years later? I know I've thought of this. I thought of a story like this 10 years ago. I was thinking about this one night. I was saying to Jennifer, what if you were you're working at an airport, like a small airport, and this is at Palm Springs, because I used to live in the Palm Desert area, and I was thinking, what if you're at Palm Springs and you're the traffic controller, you're the only guy on duty because there's like 3 flights tonight coming or going, and all of a sudden on your radar you see a flight coming in, you see a plane coming in on like 5 miles away on final approach, and you asked it to identify itself. You don't understand the identification because it's a Trans World Airlines plane from the 50s. It's a 4-engine prop plane with 60 passengers coming in from Denver from 1956, and it was lost in a storm in 1956 in the Rocky Mountains, supposed to have crashed. No one survived. All of a sudden, this plane is coming in for final approach at 10 at night in Palm Springs, California. The radar, the controller guides the plane in because he needs, verbal guidance and whatever. Doesn't have all the modern systems of a modern airport. The plane pilot doesn't realize they're landing in 2019. They think they're landing in 1956. The radar, the guy at the radar tower realizes, oh my gosh, he's looking at the binoculars. He's seeing it's a plane from 1956. He guides him to a remote part of the airport. It just so happens that Palm Springs has a museum, an airport museum with old planes, military and civilian, on display. So he guides them there, and he sends security over there and gets on the phone and calls all kinds of personnel and people. And the personnel are meeting these folks. They bring the rolling disembarkation thing to the plane. And they get these folks coming off the airplane. They think that they were just on a 4 or 5 hour flight from Denver to Palm Springs, California, and they think nothing of it. And what do you do with them? And I thought the first thing you do is you take them in the museum, into one of those rooms, one of those terminal rooms from the 50s, and have them wait there and bring them coffee and tell them that we've had an issue, and then try to figure out what the heck's going on. That would make a great movie, don't you think? Anyway, now there's a TV show called Manifest. Someone was talking to me somewhere casually, stole my idea. That's what it is. How do I prove that? I can't prove it. Anyway, there you go. I think it's a great story. I love stories. Anyway, there you go. There's Nancy. Cool, Vivian. You must look amazing on it. Mark, we just booked 2 cruises. 2019, Rome to Fort Lauderdale. 2020, Amsterdam to Boston. Both Hollow America. Fantastic. You'll have those are going to be great cruises. Mark, I am envious of you for that. Let's see. Louis Sparrow, hello from Washington, D.C. Louis, welcome to the show. Welcome to my channel from Washington, D.C. This is great. Stop the shutdown. Let's do that. Let's see here. Louis, hello, Sebastian. Paul Willigas, I wouldn't risk going on the ship the day after. Let other people test it for me. Vivian nor me. Don't fancy that. Tom Henry, hi everyone. I'm home, and thanks for the CBS reminders. Right on, Tom Henry. Sebastian, he's talking to Andrew. Andrew's talking to Sebastian. Pat, Paul Wilgus, it's illegal for the TSA and others to strike. Yeah. So is it legal to not get paid? I say you call the strike. I say you threaten it. You threaten to walk out. Let the politicians rant and rave about how illegal it is. Just solve the problem. That's what I think should happen. Just saying. Trying to solve the problem. Tom Henry, Maurice, I love Manifest. Great show. Mark, hey, Rose, once the shutdown is over, someone at USCG needs to be punished for suggesting yard sales and dog walking. Oh, my God. Nurse Nancy, I sure don't want to turn into French government. No, I don't. I'm not suggesting America turns into the French government. I'm suggesting that Americans not be afraid of their own government and have it the other way around. You want the politicians afraid of you, not the other way around. That way you're not going to get pushed around like you're getting pushed around. And it's the same in Canada. We're lambs up here getting slaughtered all the time. It's ridiculous. The taxation that's coming through all the time, the rules and regs that sometimes make sense, sometimes don't. You kind of feel like you're not part of the process. Anyway, just an old man ranting and raving. What can I tell you? Tom Henry, hey, Lewis, good to see a neighbor. Paul Wilgus, I agree. The government should be scared of the people. They work for us, not the other way around. There you go, Paul. White Knock, Ronald Reagan settled the air traffic controller strike by firing them all and then sent in the military. Yes, yes, he did. The relations between government and workers didn't go too well after that. It might have worked the first time, but the air traffic control system in the U.S. is being held together by duct tape. If you talk to FAA people all the time, there's just all kinds of systems. The government of the United States, between departments, can't communicate because computers are different generations. It's all duct tape. It is just a mess, an absolute mess. There's just no continual game plan being put together because it's all politics between one party and another and the next and the next. All these politicians are fighting for their seats, not fighting to make America better or more efficient or more productive. It's a miracle how America does as well as it does. It's just a miracle. Private business just has had a way to survive all of these inconsistencies. But now we have a partial shutdown, and it's just showing all of these gaps. And it's just a sad, sad story. And there are, lower middle class and middle class Americans suffering needlessly for this shutdown. We're not getting paid. It's ridiculous. The first paycheck after Christmas. How important is your first paycheck right after Christmas? It's like the check of checks to take care of the bills and some of those credit card charges and everything else. And 800,000 people aren't getting paid that should be being paid, and they have families, which means we're talking millions of people directly affected today. And now the offshoot. It is unforgivable. It's just pathetic. White knock government employees make way too much money and have too many benefits. Unions only care about unions. White knock, you're wrong. You're wrong. Workers for the public sector make less on average than for private. The only benefit they still have is a pension funded by the government, but they were taking a lower paycheck to get it. People in private enterprise, generally speaking, if they're with the right corporation, do very, very well. I will admit, though, there are people in America and Canada and everywhere else that work for minimum wage that deserve more. But you know what? I think a worker who is working their hours should be paid. People who are laid off because the government isn't cutting checks is ridiculous. And I side with the employees in this case, not the government. Sebastian, this Tom app level, I don't know what that's going on. Cat Rose, White Knock, TSA average make 24,000 a year, 2,000 a month. Trying to pay a bill, trying to pay bills for a family with that. Unbelievable. Andrew is saying hi to everybody. Linda Lou, you got it, Bruce. Tom Henry, I listened to trivia replay earlier. Got a good laugh when Bruce didn't follow the new STNCC 1701E. That is the NCC 1701E Star Trek Enterprise from the final original movie. I don't care. It's interesting. I find it interesting, but I'm not like a Trekkie kind of guy. My wife loves Star Trek. She watches the reruns all the time. I used to love watching Seinfeld reruns. Now I watch Modern Family reruns all the time when I need a break from this craziness. But Star Trek is my wife's Jennifer's game. She loves it, but I don't care. Vivian, Nancy, I loved it. Pride and joy. Wish I could take it on the ship. Laugh out loud. Great idea, Bruce, says Linda. Henry saying hi, AP. Sebastian, the craft country in my annual city must be placed in. I have no idea what he's trying to say. Tom Henry, I say fire all the stubborn, crazy Nancy supporters or drones. Andrew, I am Andrew. This is my first time meeting you, my friend, is Sebastian Short. Right on. Thank you, Andrew. Nurse Nancy, funny Tom. I'm now crazy Nancy. Laugh out loud. Nurse Nancy. Oh, it's crazy. Oh my God. Tom Henry, trying with Bruce. How could Apple design this stupid pencil with no low battery light or charge light? I now understand your problem. Yeah, you just use it. All of a sudden, I get a little message on my screen saying, you're low on power. I do get a message on my big-ass iPad. You're about to lose your pencil's ability to function because it's running out of juice. But I sometimes don't see it because I'm looking at you guys, and there's this message going on. I don't notice it. And then I try to use it, and it's not working. What's wrong with the pencil? Thankfully, it works with the finger, so I'm okay. This has its own battery. Oh, Paul Lucas laughing out loud. Nurse Nancy, Tom Henry, Nurse Nancy, you are not near as stubborn as the real real Nancy. I think she's a breath of fresh air. I say, finally, someone is standing up for Americans. I'm sorry, I'm just a foreigner looking in at what's going on in your house. What is going on in your house down there, people? I just don't get it. Nurse Nancy, oh, phew, I thought you were calling me crazy Nancy. I'm a bit crazy. But I now get it. Paul Wilgus, Tom Henry, or so many other senators and congressmen on both sides. Nurse Nancy, I'm just slow. Laughing out loud. She said, Tom Henry, I have no problem with some compromise. How about a portion of the wall to funnel the folks? You know what they should do in America? Here's my opinion. You know what you should do? This is what you should do. Oh, gosh. There is such a labor shortage in the USA for certain jobs. I'm talking about the grunt work. I'm talking about the jobs Americans don't want to do. Can you blame Americans for not wanting to be crop pickers? I get it. You know what? I think the United States of America should offer work permits that are good for, say, 1, 2, or 3 years, depending. And these work permits are issued in the countries offshore, like Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, you have to go through the background check, just like you're applying for a visa or a passport. You can't have a criminal record to get the work permit, on and on and on and on. And the fingerprint the individual, or iris verification, so that the document, the piece of paper, actually is tied to the DNA of the person. In effect, they don't even need the document. They can just show up the border, and a retina check will show the TSA person, oh yeah, you can come in, because you're registered with our system as having a work permit. You get a work permit to come into the USA to get work. And the permit allows you certain kind of employment, and in certain states it can be that selective. So it could be for California picking crops, it could be Texas doing manual labor, it could be in various states, whatever states want to participate. If Georgia doesn't want any of these workers, Georgia can opt out. I can tell you right now, there are states begging for workers to help out. Anyway, the work permit holder can bring in a spouse and bring in 2 children, or no one can just come in on their own. But they can come and go. They can cross the border all they want without fear of not being allowed back in, as long as the permit is valid. Charge $200 a year for the permit. The employer pays it. On behalf of the employee, it's automatically deducted. The employer takes care of all the taxes, has to do all the paperwork and all the filings. Employers will do that if they know they can get a steady stream of employers. And these folks who are coming into the USA can now earn regular wages. They won't be paid less than an American. They'll be paid the minimum wage in the area they're working, and they can send money home. They can send money home to mom and dad, the children, the kids, whatever. But if they're allowed to come and go, they won't sneak in. They'll just walk in. Walk in. They'll fly in or bus in. They'll cross at legal border crossings. No need to pay a coyote to come across the border. That will take care of so many illegals, because people who are in the U.S. already will want to get these permits. They will return to apply to come back in. If you offer them a chance to come in legally, stay legally under the rules, fine. It doesn't give you a path to citizenship. As a matter of fact, these folks don't even want a path to citizenship. They wouldn't need one. If they can come in and work, they'll come in and work. And if they can save up enough money, they'll then go home for 6 months at a time to be with the family until they want to come back on the next permit. And if you have so many a year being issued, I think you'll have a tremendous success. And for the Americans, the American economy, oh my gosh, it'll pay for itself, because the work permit fees pay for it. The taxes deducted at source will make them contributors to the economy. Social insurance will also be paid in, and then they can claim that back in Mexico for their pension back home. I think it would alleviate a lot of problems, but it takes vision, and it takes discussions, and it isn't a one-year fix, and it doesn't work from one presidential term to another presidential term. It has to be a 25-year program. You can't do it for one president to another who can then kill it and throw it out the window. That's how it has to be done. That's why it won't be done. It won't get done, because why would a Democrat want to work with a Republican to do this kind of a deal? This doesn't make either politician stronger with their voters. It might make them weaker with their voters. They won't do it. It's the right thing to do. It's probably the practical thing to do. It's not going to happen. Just not going to happen. There you go. What can I say? What's going on here? Tom Henry, I have no problem with compromise. Paul Wilgus, Tom Henry, most illegals come in at airports and through Canada. Most illegals come in legally and then just don't go back. They overstay their visa. That's why you have so many illegals. That's what it is. We have it in Canada too. Don't worry. We have illegals. Tom Henry, Nurse Nancy, I was being cryptic, so if she it won't come from me. Tom, don't use that word. Paul Wilkins laughing out loud. Nurse Nancy, well, at least you didn't damage your trigger finger, Tom Henry. Hope the thumb is better soon. Sebastian, never. Tom Henry, I was actually able to grab the drink from the McD's drive-thru tonight, so that is better. Tom Henry, better late than never. Cool Jazz. Hello, Tom Henry. Paul Wilgus from Cool Jazz. Paul Wilgus. Tom Henry, glad it's slowly getting better. Paul Wilgus, very cool. Hey, cool. Nurse Nancy, good to hear you can hold your drinks. Tom Henry, progress is progress. Tom Henry, wonder where Ann J is. No pics yet, and she is missing. What happened to her? Cool Jazz, yes, sir. Had to check in with my 2 crew members. Tom Henry, thanks. Cool. Nurse Nancy, yes, missing Ann Jordan. She's probably recovering. Missed those emojis. Cool Jazz, Nurse Nancy, that is too easy. Just saying in red to Tom. Hello. Let's see here. Weismo is here saying hi. Sebastian, never mind. Andrew giving a thumbs up. Susan R. I like work permits. What is this idea too tough for? Why is this idea too tough for Congress? Was it too tough? Susan R. By the way, for wall lovers, there are about 700 miles of wall. Also, there are fabulous tunnels under those walls. Yes, there are, and there are going to be more. There will be no stopping this. Paul Wilgus, that's a great idea, Bruce. But the American people are being brainwashed into believing that they are stealing our jobs. It's not true, but that's what's happening. Absolutely. You want to try to hire someone to take care of your lawn in Arizona right now? Good luck. You want to get people to work for corporations to handle the lawns in front of companies, out in the burbs? Can't find them. Can't find anyone. The prices are just going sky high. It's getting ridiculous. There are so many workers willing to work for very little, and then there are qualified people around the world who would like to come to America and would love to come and work, earn their 60, 80,000 a year, buy a car, buy a house, hire Americans to work for them. Can't get in. Can't. It's just, if you shut down your borders, you shut down your economy by slow death. It's what you're doing. Look at Japan. Been in a recession for 25 years. Every politician knows it, won't admit it because you can't get votes being open like that. That's just the way it is. It's too bad. Paul Wilkins, that's a great idea, Bruce, but the American people are being brainwashed. Dixie's here. Hi, all. Just popping in to give a thumbs up. Still at work. Hi there, Dixie. Paul Wilkins, Dixie, hello. Tom, I think the Dems just want to pad their voters. Dixie, hi, Paul. Nurse Nancy, hi there, Dixie. Hope all goes well. Cool Jazz, Bruce sounds like an auctioneer. Dixie, thank you, Nurse Nancy. And hello, Cool Jazz, no American want to work on a cruise ship. No, why would you? Why would you work on a cruise ship for $200 a week or $300 a month or $500 a month or whatever the amount is? You're not going to do that. No way would Americans do that. No chance. Americans will work on shore and work for the cruise business through ancillary jobs, but not on the ships. No way. Why would you want to work on a cruise ship? 12-hour shifts, no days off for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. Are you kidding me? No, you're not going to do that. That's how cruises are so cheap. Why are they so cheap? Because of the labor on board the ship. Majority of the folks on the ship come from third world countries, don't get paid a lot of money. We know that. We do know that. We just kind of go with it. Give them cash tips. And boy, will they take care of you big time. Oh my gosh, will they take care of you? Give them a cash tip. No question about it. Oh, my pencil's working. I have juice again on my pencil. I think I've caught up on all my messages, though. I hope I haven't made too many of you angry with me today. But what are you going to do? It is such a crazy situation down there. Here in Canada, we look down in the U.S. and go, you're shutting down the government? You don't do that. We never do that, ever. We never, ever do that. Makes no sense. And the politician that tries to pull that stunt in this country will get unelected. It's not a popular move at all. I don't know how it's popular in the States. I don't know why it would have ever been popular for politicians to do this, but for some reason, it works with certain segments of Americans. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. You're shooting yourselves in the foot. Look at the UK with Brexit. Talk about shooting themselves in the foot. Oh my gosh, are they blowing it big time? I just shake my head. But what are you going to do? Tom Henry sounds better than what I have now. Hire me, NCL. Tom, I love you. I really love you. But I wouldn't hire you to work on my cruise ship. You're never going to make it as a busboy. You're all thumbs. You want to be an accountant on a cruise ship. You want to be a bean counter, don't you? You're not getting a job on the ship. You're getting a job at the office. You're going to work in Miami for those guys. You're never going to be on a ship. But then you'll have employee perks and benefits. So that might work out. Maybe you should apply. You never know. What can I say? But you got a pretty nice house in Richmond. I don't know if you want to give that up. Let's see here. Linda Lou, we don't need a darn wall. $5 billion. If we could just do what you say, Bruce, there you go. You won't need to build a wall. No, you could take down fencing if you had a work permit program, an international work permit program that was funded by the workers themselves who are buying them. You wouldn't have a problem with people trying to cross the border illegally. Yeah, you can get across legally as long as you don't have a criminal record. I guess the crooks may want to try to get in, but really, in the States, once you're in the U.S., it's not like you're scot-free now. Anyone who you want to get a license for a driver's license, you can get one, say, with a work permit. But when you go to the DMV, you have to pass the identity test. You have to prove that you have a work permit to get one. So if you're a criminal from Guatemala, you can't get a driver's license. You can't assimilate in. You can't buy driver's insurance. You can't even buy the car. You can't register the car. You want to rent an apartment, the landlord is going to want to make sure you have a bona fide work permit to be able to rent an apartment from me, or two of you, or three of you, or four of you. So you have to provide proof that you're the bona fide permit holder. This is such a safety check. It's incredible. It's better than a passport. It's better than that. By the way, you have to have a passport. You still have to get a passport. Anyway, I'm just trying to come up with some kind of solution. I don't know. What's going on here? Cool Jet, Pride of America, only Americans, I guess. Agnes, didn't Canada have a postal delivery problem? Yes. Canada Post did have a postal delivery problem because people who work for Canada Post are part of the postal union of the postal workers, and they can go on strike. Yeah, they can go on strike. But Canadians hardly use the postal service anymore. I don't know if you've noticed, but the only mail I get in the mailbox now is pretty well junk mail. My bank statements don't come by mail anymore. My phone bill doesn't come by mail anymore. All that stuff comes electronically now because we don't like using the postal service very much. I mean, we use it. It's there. The government of Canada gives us options. If we're supposed to get a refund, a tax refund, we can either get it by mail or have it sent to us electronically. People take the option with electronics because they don't have to worry about the post office. That's why the postal workers are on strike, because we're eliminating them. They're disappearing. Postal service in Canada is on the decline, and I don't know how much longer it'll even last. It might not last much longer. It may all go to private enterprise like Federal Express, UPS, Purolator. We have courier companies in Canada too. But yeah, federal government workers can go on strike in Canada if they want to, but they don't because they get benefits and they get wages. But I can say this. The government of Canada has, in the case of the postal workers, and can, in any case, legislate people back to work. And generally speaking, it does it very quickly. And so these strikes don't last long. They've made their point. You aren't coming up with an agreement. You're not happy. Let's appoint independent arbitrators to make the deal. In the meantime, get back to work and get paid so that you don't have financial hardship while you're on strike. Because a lot of postal workers don't want to go on strike. They would rather just get a deal cut. But yeah, it happens. It happens. But but having a government shutdown from the government locking out its employees, that's a different matter. When the President of the United States and the Congress allow a shutdown of its own government and its workers don't want to be shut down, that's a different matter. And that's just me. Cool Jazz laughing my ass off. All thumbs. Cool Jazz, he only got one now. Yeah, he's down to one thumb and an appendage. Tom, I don't know. Tom, I love Tom. Paul Lucas, Bruce, Tom is only one thumb and a half, not all thumbs yet. Cool Jazz. Laughing out loud, Paul. So right. Dimitri, drugs don't need work program. Walls work. Yeah, okay, Dimitri. Sebastian, make the wall out of snow. Make the wall out of snow. Oh, thank you. Paul Lucas, Dimitri, majority of drugs coming in the southern border are being driven in. The wall won't stop it. That's right. The wall won't. They can take a drone and fly it over the wall on a one-way trip to the waiting pickup truck over there, 2 miles in. And that's it. There's another load of whatever in the drone. The drones are getting bigger. They can handle more and more weight per load. Walls are schmalls. The walls are a joke. The Berlin Wall didn't work. I mean, it was up for whatever number of years, but people got around it, got through it, and so did contraband. It still got through. And tunnels. Oh my God, were there tunnels between West and East Berlin? Oh my gosh, tons of tunnels. Valen Martinez, hi there. How you doing? Hi, Valen. Paul Lucas, hello, Valen. Welcome to the show. It's kind of ending. I'm slowly losing subscribers, and I'm making everybody mad. What can I say? It's one of those days. What can I say with the stories that are out there today? I hope things get resolved. I'm sure they will. 5 years from now, it won't matter, I guess. But in the meantime, it is what it is. Crazy, kooky stuff. Thank you for joining me today for my rant and everyone else's. Cheers to all of you. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm on the air tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern time. I'll have some trivia as well. Hopefully it'll be a fun show. Nothing but a fun show. Thank you for all of your kind messages and support and your engagement. I appreciate it. Thank you for thumbs ups, whatever they are. How many have I got today? 37 thumbs ups. I got 4 thumbs downs. That's 41 engagements. YouTube computers love that. Thank you all very much. I noticed last night's live show, the 5 o'clock show last night, is almost has 90 thumbs ups. That's pretty good. Gotta thank you for all that, folks. Have a pleasant evening tonight. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy. Let's talk cruises tomorrow and play some trivia tomorrow. I'm taking Sunday off, hopefully, and then Monday, let's do it all again. Take care, everybody, and stay safe out there. And thank you again for all of your support. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Bye for now.